Just a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. Medicine go down. Medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in a most delightful way. Yes, so if more C-style leaders took Mary Poppins a little bit more seriously, they'll be surprised to see how their impact and influence will be enhanced. Hi, I'm Trevor E.S. Smith, and I'm with the Success with People Academy, and I will be your facilitator in tonight's Success with People Insights as we examine why C-style leaders need a spoonful of sugar. So, what's the context? So, we can look at famous leaders. We can look at, for example, a famous leader that would be familiar or would have a preference for using C-style behavior. One of them would be Al Gore. If you compare Al Gore to, for example, Bill Clinton, there's a difference. Then another leader, more current right now, would be Elon Musk, who has a preference for C-style. And you could look at Elon as against Walt Disney. So here are highly competent, successful leaders, but they struggle to have the kind of popular acclaim that their competence really merits. Yes? So why is it that these highly competent individuals just don't seem to have the breakthrough when it comes to connections and popular acclaim? Why is that so? And is that important? Those are questions that we want to address in this Success with People Insights. So, what I want to do then is to start by giving us classical understanding of C-style behavior. Yes, so this comes from the work that we have done with the DISC framework: dominance, influence, steadiness, conscientiousness. So over the couple of decades that we have been working with this, we have built a whole body of knowledge around the DISC framework. And so one of the things that we have looked at then is to break down manifestations of conscientiousness, which is what we're calling the C-style behavior. I mean, that should give us some insights, because where we're going to take it from then is to look at why people who have a preference for C-style sometimes leave things on the table, as we would say. They could achieve more. They could have greater impact and influence, greater success. And there's a component that's missing. So that's what we want to look at. And then, as usual, in these insights, we want to give solutions. So we're going to actually provide 3 key tips so that we can coach, or if you're a C-style user yourself, you can apply in your life. All right. So basically, if we understand C-style behavior, if we look at the 4 quadrants: dominance, influence, steadiness, and conscientiousness. Conscientiousness is on the left side, more inward looking, reserved, and also task oriented. So one of the things that we would see in terms of the behavior is a tendency towards formality. They really don't like to have a lot of small talk. They listen, but the listening is from a more critical perspective, as against, for example, the F-style approach, which is to listen with greater empathy. They also want solid answers, and so questions are important. And there's a tendency then to, well, I suppose all of us mask our feelings, but the C-style may be a little bit more adept at poker playing. So it's hard to really tell where they are. what are you thinking? All right. So some of the tendencies would be getting it done right. My famous example is the mathematics teacher who marks the child's paper incorrect. This problem is incorrect, even though the answer is right. The teacher said, you didn't do it the way that I taught you. The process was not the quote unquote right process. I mean, marks that wrong. That's C-style thinking, that you really need to not only get it right, but get it done the right way. We talk about focus on details. We know that the analytical thinking and the gathering of information are features that cause them to ask questions. Questions, data-driven, ask a lot of questions. And of course, wanting compliance is another factor in the world of C-style. All right, so some of the characteristics then, we're striving for competence. There's a great deal of fear and caution, curiosity. We mentioned the compliance already. But look at that cool. That's where we want to focus this evening, that cool, where you have worked with your C-style colleague for a little while still, but still there's algae gap. Your C-style colleague is kind of missing at lunchtime, so because they want their own space, etc. Let me tell you something. You might as well get there from early. In the last insight, where we were looking at dominance, I gave an outline comment, statement that was sort of reflective of some of D-style thinking. And that statement was, I am not unduly concerned about making the right decisions. I make my decision right. So that actually suggests confidence, decisiveness, and also speaks to a level of risk taking. So that's it. So let us look at an outline statement for the C-style. And the one that I will choose is, I am not here to win friends. I am here to get the people's work done. I'm not here to win friends. I'm here to get the people's work done. So, what that suggests is that just let's get the work done. If I have to call you out, I'm going to call you out, because what this is about, it's not a popularity contest. That goes to the heart of what it is that we want to share about that aspect of C-style behavior, which tends to be the reason why they need a spoonful of sugar. Because if they put in the spoonful of sugar, their effectiveness would be dramatically increased, and team dynamics would benefit from it. That's where we're going. So here are some pitfalls that arise because of traditional C-style behavior. And by the way, remember, when we are speaking here, we're speaking about classical C-style behavior. No individual uses only one style. And so there are blends of styles. So you can't just look at an individual and to say, this person, this is the classical C-style, because they might be using some D, which is what you would see with Elon Musk, for example, or some S along with the C, which I would think that is where Gore was. So just bear that in mind. So what we are looking at is I like to talk about it as the syntax of the behavioral language that we are learning here. So core syntax is what we're sharing. So one of the pitfalls is that C-style individuals need to come closer to the fact that deep connections drive buy-in. We can't succeed as leaders without being able to get buy-in from those who we seek to lead. And so while we're focusing then on precision and systems and compliance, That's a problem because the C style then tends to overlook the importance of emotional connections, the fact that people need to be connected. And so, what we're finding then is that individuals who have strong relationships are able to inspire and motivate their staff, and those that they lead, to take action and to buy in. So, people are more likely to follow a leader. They feel, that there's a connection, you know, when there's a connection on a personal level, I am more willing to go along with what it is that you're suggesting. And so C-style leaders need, this is part of the spoonful of sugar that you need, is to understand that people want to be connected. People want to feel that they're a part of what's going on and that there's some connection between the leader and themselves. That's the first one. The second one is that their agenda, the team's agenda, individually and collectively matter. And so, in order to lead effectively, it is vital that C-style leaders get to the core of what's top of mind with those they seek to lead. And you can't get that from surveys. And, we do a lot of climate surveys or, employee satisfaction surveys. But yeah, that's good. But there's a deeper level at which you really get what's happening with people. What is it that they want? What are their aspirations? What are their concerns? What are their motivations? That is missing from traditional data gathering tools. I shouldn't say traditional because tradition is that people would sit one-on-one and to get a deeper understanding of what's happening. So C-style leaders need to invest time in getting to know their people beyond the professional interactions. They need to get to a place where they can truly appreciate what's happening in the minds of those that they seek to lead. Spend that time, invest that time, and it's going to give you high returns on your investment. Then the third pitfall is that, guess what? The team has the answers, or at least the team can help you to get to the answers that you're seeking. Yeah. So you can't just use data. Yes, and that is the hope that we have, by the way, with AI coming around and people are wondering what's going to happen. This is the other side of it. There's this what's happening with the emotions, what's going on inside of the individual at a deeper level. If you connect and you're willing to discuss things and to be open and transparent, you'll be surprised to see that some of the answers that you seek are there. The team has answers. And so what you need to do then is to make sure that you develop the relationship so that when you're addressing questions and concerns, you can actually find out from the team what are the answers. So those are pitfalls. What we want to look at now are answers. Okay? What are the solutions that we can look to? So remember now, our focus then is on relationship, is on connections. We feel and we believe that given the characteristics, given the structure, the whole C-style individuals tend to behave, if they were to focus some more on the relationship side of their operations, they will be able to make quantum leap forward in terms of impact and influence, in terms of being able to motivate individuals, in terms of getting addressing the whole question of low employee engagement. And so we're going to pull 3 solutions that's aligned with our discerning model of communication and leadership to see how we can help our C-style colleagues to improve, enhance their effectiveness. So the first one is, it should come naturally actually, because this is data gathering. The first one is to get a deeper understanding of how others view your behavior, how others view C-style behavior. So gathering feedback from colleagues, and also we have content. Over the decades, we have developed content. So we have some literature, and some of it is free, by the way. So you could ask us for some of our publications that would help you to understand the perspective of, how others might see you. So what are common concerns, and what are some of those typical awkward moments, that you encounter when you are relating to others? And those insights might actually make a difference, because it will help you to adjust your behavior. Right? So that's where we want to go. So for example, let us start with our D-style colleagues. The D-style, which is dominance, outgoing, task-oriented, driven, decisive. Yeah, we said dominance, okay. Maybe dogmatic, okay. So from a D-style perspective, their major concern is time, decisiveness. They think that they get frustrated because of what they perceive as a failure to make decisions on a timely basis. Let me give you a joke from our workshops. The D-style individual wonders of their C-style colleague, do you have a ladder to climb into your bed? Why? Because every time I come to you for a decision, you say to me, let me sleep on it. And so therefore your bed must be stacked up. Okay, all right, I'm sorry, apologize. But that's serious. That's where the D-style is saying, come on, man, make the decision, make the call. Don't keep on putting it away and discussing and asking for more information. And that's the other piece. This unending quest for more information, they find it off-putting. Yeah. And so, what would be your answer? I'm suggesting that if you really do need the information, try to justify it to your D-style colleague as to why you need the information, but at the same time, see if you can find ways to arrive at your decisions more speedily. Yeah, sometimes speed is of the essence. All right. So, your I-style colleagues now have another perspective. Might be also think that you might be a little slouchy in terms of your decision making, but their major concern is that you come across as being stiff and cold. They work with you, but they can't get their hand around you. You just are a little bit distant. And so they are saying, hey, I want this working experience to be joyful. I want to enjoy the journey and not just the outcome. And their feeling is that you're showing cold water on that because you are kind of distant. And maybe the thing to do then is be a little bit more amenable, accessible. You remember the first statement I made, that outlier? I'm not here to win friends, but to get the people's work done. Yeah, we don't have to be bosom buddies, but at least say, come on, come to the odd, if Friday hangout. Yeah, just cool down a little bit. And then what about our S-style colleagues? Well, the S-style colleagues, frankly, are also reserved and very conservative. So they really don't have a problem because they understand the need for information for you to have due care. You know what their problem is? Well, I wouldn't even say it's a problem, because what they are saying is that, hey, if you could let us in a little bit, just letting others emotionally, then that could help with the bonding of the team. And when the team is bonding, the team is going to be strengthened and we can achieve more. So don't be as distant. Kind of let us in, right? So that's something that you should look at in terms of understanding how others perceive the C style. So, second step then is that you need to do some homework. You need to understand D style, just like the Malayan, I style, S style. Do the work, do the homework. As I said to you, we have a lot of content, so you can reach out to us. And if you understand these styles, then you can tailor your approach. You can know, for example, when you're speaking to your D style colleague, you don't use words like just do it. No, what are you telling me? You want to tell me I must just do it? I will do it if I want to do it. So those are trigger words. So those are some of the things that you need to understand when you're dealing with others. So make an effort to study the behavioral style of others. And the third thing would be practice adjusting your style. Do not be a monolith. Don't do the one style fits all. Yeah. So communicate in a style that would get you the buy-in, that help people to understand what it is that you are saying at a deeper level. If you go to France, try your best to speak French. Yes, you're gonna get better results than if you're, move for co and all of that. That's what we're saying. But at a behavioral level, seek to understand how the other style receive information and give information. That's going to make a difference. And you then can adjust accordingly. If you're speaking to this style individual, understand bullet points. They want to get a decision. They want to move on forward. They don't want to get bogged down in a lot of questions and repeating yourself. Yeah, let's move the conversation forward. Right? If you're dealing with an I-style individual, you definitely want to lighten up a little bit, man. Oh, come on, I give you my best joke, and you can't even smirk. But also the creativity and innovation. So they might not be exactly following the track that you want. This strict line. So allow that as well. Give them some room to embellish and to add creativity to the discourse. Yeah. For the S-style individual, make sure that you understand that these are people you're dealing with. It's not robots. So understanding, yeah, empathy, those are key factors when you want to get results from these other styles. Of course, your C-style colleague is trying to out-see you. They want to be more C than you are, so you can deal with that. So that's basically how you're going to achieve your success. So C-style then, if you're coaching your C-style leader, if you're in a team and you have a C-style colleague, this information is useful. You could actually share this success with people, the insights with them. This is good stuff, and you could have a joke around it. All right. So great strengths. These people are competent, want to achieve results, very focused, systematic, ask hard questions, etc. However, one of the issues might be the failure to connect at a deeper level, to have that dynamic relationship with team members. So what are we saying? We're suggesting that they find out how others view their behavior, that we study how to relate best with people who are using other behavioral styles. And if you do that, then you can enhance your interpersonal skills and achieve greater results. It can help you. I'm not commercializing this, but seriously, we can help, and we have helped individuals. If you want, you can have a no-cost consultation to talk to me about what it is that is of concern to you and what it is that we can do. So you can actually contact me at info@successwithpeople.org. to address all of these issues related to behavior. So the question is, are you ready to drive your team to high performance? Yeah, the Success with People Academy can help you. We use the discerning model of communication and leadership, which basically, as I say, is a body of knowledge that we have carefully crafted over 2 decades now. And we have it in form of literature, in terms of tons. Well, let me just go straight here. Tons of information in cyberspace, free information. Like, for example, these e-insights, or, we used to call them live casts, are available on YouTube. If you go to extended disk solutions on YouTube, you'll see tons of these videos, sessions. We also have the Leadership DNA Club on LinkedIn, where the content is available. So, you have to ask for us to let you in, but please. And then, of course, the companion newsletters. We have a weekly newsletter, the Success with People newsletter, that's available on LinkedIn, and you can actually access it by email as well. So, who are we? We are the Success with People Academy, and we're part of the InfoServe group of companies. We deploy, as we mentioned, the discerning model of communication and leadership to promote personal, team, and organizational growth. Yes, yes, yes. While we do work with this, we do, in fact, offer behavioral DNA analysis on the extended disk platform with the revolutionary things platform that has this playground, that's the word I was looking for, where you can actually go in and have the team and look at different competencies, hundreds of competencies. So you could match the team, match any individual against any competence to see how comfortable they are. So when we talk about needs more energy, or this is very comfortable for them. And yes, we are also a technology boutique where we have unique solutions that we use to assist organizations in terms of workforce development. So Spike, which is our strategic performance improvement and knowledge enablement, has a built-in e-competency framework. So we are able to look at competencies and use that as a hub to guide recruitment, selection, onboarding, learning and development, also compliance management. We also look at the whole question of performance appraisal, performance management in the same single platform. So let me just do a quick flip back as to where we are. So we are saying that individuals who have a preference for using C-style behavior could significantly and dramatically enhance their impact and influence and success by incorporating the spoonful of sugar. What is that? A closer connection with people. Yeah, pay a little bit more attention to the people component. So that's where we're going, because the tendency is to be very formal and cut off the small talk. Those are some of the challenges that people have. Yeah. So the importance then is not only to get it right, only to be analytical and so on, but also to connect in a different kind of way, a deeper way. That's the suggestion. And we're saying that the problem that you would have then is that you're not getting the level of buy-in that you could, because you're not as closely connected, because people tend to respond more readily to people to which they are connected. And also, you might not be addressing the issues that are core to your team because you don't have that deeper connection. And the surveys that you're doing and some of the data that you're collecting is not getting to the real heart of what it is that people have on their minds. And so if you're trying to solve problems, you're not actually getting some of the answers from the team, because they know the answers. They know what aches and how to fix it. So you need then on it. And one of the tips that we give to coach when we're coaching leaders is to say to them, and it might sound challenging to some of you, is that we say, put it in your diary, make an appointment to accidentally meet so and so in the corridor. Yes, because when I say accidentally, but seriously, plan it, because it's not natural to you. Put it in the diary, and you're going to go out at this point in time to the coffee machine or wherever it is to have an informal chat. It is important. So those are some of the things that you need to do in order to really connect. And so that's where we want to look at. If you understand then the challenges that people have with C-style behavior, you can adjust it. The big one is with D-style, slow decision making. You need to make the decisions faster and stop asking all of these whole heap of questions. Come on. The I-style is, oh man, don't be so stiff. Don't, let us end. And it's the same thing there. The N-style is also saying, allow us to come in a little bit, because that's going to help us to bond and it's going to strengthen the team. Yeah. And so part of your homework is to study the other styles, understand what it is that would help you to communicate better with them so that you can have greater impact and influence. Just as if you're going to a foreign country, it would help. If you spoke the language, same thing behaviorally. If you're communicating with others, you should try to speak the behavioral language that they are using. And then you have the great opportunity to start to flex your style. That's what we're saying. Adjust. Speaking to D, you speak to them in bullet points. You're speaking to S, you make sure that you don't shout and you don't be as assertive and emphatic. You're speaking to I, please. So lighten up a little bit and allow for some room for creativity and innovation. All right. So that's it. Contact us. And thank you so much for your time. I'm Trevor A. Smith. I'm with the Successful People Academy. And I'm inviting you again to access some of our rich content. And I'm getting too fast for myself. I'm inviting you to a consultation as well. If you go to meetings.hubspot.com/Trevor-Smith4, that's meetings.hubspot.com/Trevor-Smith4. Just there, we set up the appointment, everything will be ready, and we can just start. If not, you can send me an email at info@successfulpeople.org. Remember, content is available on YouTube, extended dissolutions, flash videos, and on LinkedIn, we have the Leadership DNA Club or the Successful People newsletters. Bye. Have a good time. And no, I'm not going to sing it again. Definitely not.